This mid-morning, let's explore habits and meditation. This is Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. Welcome to Meditate Like a Jedi. This is the Lama you are looking for. This morning, we could chant and meditate and enjoy a lesson or two. But first, if you love Star Wars, oopsie, wrong button. If you love Star Wars, and you wish to meditate as transformatively as Obi-Wan Kenobi upon the sands of Tatooine, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. If at any point during this morning's live stream you have a question about Buddhist or Taoist meditation, philosophy, or even chanting, there's no need to be bashful. Simply type your question in the chat window on the right-hand side of the screen. But when you do type a detailed question. Whoops, look at that. Havel asked, does meditation cause you to question a lot of your habits and behaviors? For the past week or so, I've been trying meditation again using the One Giant Mind app. Not perfect, as it has a couple of glitches, but it is pretty good and free. I am more interested in the non-directive type meditation at the moment, similar to TM. My first couple of sessions were really nice, very relaxing, and I came out of them with a really clear mind. But since then, I've struggled a lot more, and I know I'm sort of trying to capture that same feeling as before, but then I tried to stop doing that, and there's just a whole lot of trying going on, which just sort of defeats the purpose. I don't always get that relaxed, calm, but focused feeling from the meditation, which is what I want, but I'm noticing that I'm more aware of negative stuff, like when I'm online and start to scroll and getting distracted. I do feel more aware of it. I started reading the comments under a news story, and they were all so awful, and usually I get pretty drawn in and upset reading them, but today I just, though I don't need to know what these people think, and closed the tab. So, wow, this really isn't a question. It's a bunch of statements ending in a question mark, which is lame. So, let's go off on a tangent. There are many ways to meditate. How do you know if your meditation is effective? If your meditation helps you to avoid the two extremes of being scattered and being controlling, and helps you effortlessly find the middle point of centered spontaneity, you know you're heading in the right direction. If that centered spontaneity doesn't make you necessarily ruminate about your choices, but spontaneously start making new choices, or just simply new utterances or new actions, then you're heading in the right direction. Before we start this morning's formal practice, I'd like to take a minute for housekeeping. Every day I live stream 4 meditation classes. without any ads, health permitting. With your assistance, this channel could come to help support the next generation of nuns, monks, yogis, lamas, and even brick-and-mortar meditation centers, each replete with a resident teacher and their apprentice. If this speaks to you, and you'd like to help out even for as little as the cost of 1 cup of coffee a month, simply use your smartphone's camera to capture this QR code, or simply scroll down into the description area below the video and click one of the donation links. We're going to begin with Bliss and Letting Go, which is known by many names, including Anu Yoga. The easiest way to do that is to simply, we're going to use 2 methods. The first one is to simply press your palms together while invoking the real or imagined Bodhisattva of compassion. Let's try this again. Namu Quan Chi Yin Pusa, Namu Quan Chi Yin Pusa, Namu Quan Yi, Namu Quan Chi Yin Pusa, 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 Namu Quan Chi Yin Pusa. The second method of coalescing our subtle energies is simply pressing your palms together in front of your chest while chanting the Heart Sutra in a percussive manner. Or you can simply perform a golf clap in front of your chest. The noble Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, while practicing the deep practice of Prajnaparamita. Second, let's start with the title. Heart of Wisdom Sutra. The noble Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, while practicing the deep practice of Prajnaparamita. So Avalokiteshvara is thought to be an archetype of enlightened compassion. Looked upon the 5 skandhas and seeing they were empty of self-existence. 5 skandhas means aggregates, and it's just a way of organizing our experience. Empty here means that as we breathe in, we can notice our 5 skandhas, and as we relax into our exhalation, these same facets of experience could feel like they were as non-graspable as a vast empty void. Sadhi Shariputra form is emptiness, emptiness is form. Emptiness is not separate from form, form is not separate from emptiness. Whatever is form is emptiness, whatever is emptiness is form. The same holds for sensation and perception, memory and consciousness. Here Shariputra, all dharmas are defined by emptiness, not by birth or destruction, purity or defilement, completeness or deficiency. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness there is no form, no sensation, no perception, no memory, and no consciousness. No eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, and no mind. No shape, no sound, no smell, no taste, no feeling, and no thought. So what we're saying is, there is no I that we cannot notice with as we breathe in, and relax or release as we breathe out. No element of perceptions from I to conceptual consciousness. No causal link from consciousness to old age and death. No end of causal link from consciousness to old age and death. So whatever our experience, we can notice it and we can release it. No suffering, no source, no relief, no path. The Four Noble Truths can be noticed. There's no Four Noble Truths that cannot be noticed and released in harmony with our respiration. No knowledge, no attainment, and no non-attainment. So many people have unrealistic expectations of what enlightenment is. And when they're waiting for the fulfillment of unrealistic expectations, they tend to get really anxious. But even that anxiety, there is no anxiety that cannot be noticed or released. Therefore, Shariputra, without attainment, bodhisattvas take refuge in prajna paramita and live without the wall of the mind. We often feel alienated because we either fail to practice mindfulness and notice, or we fail to practice meditation and let go. Practicing prajna paramita helps us. Prajnaparamita translates as the perfection of the wisdom of letting go. Without walls of the mind and thus without fears, they see through delusions and finally accomplish nirvana. All Buddhas, past, present, and future, also take refuge in Prajnaparamita and realize unexcelled perfect enlightenment. So, we're taught that noticing and releasing is the key to enlightenment. It's so effective that we're now going to compare it figuratively to a magic mantra. You should therefore know the great mantra of Prajnaparamita, the mantra of great magic, the unexcelled mantra, the mantra equal to the unequaled, which heals all suffering and is true, not false. The mantra in Prajnaparamita is spoken thus: Gate gate para sangate bodhiswaha. Through my practice of Prajnaparamita, may I go, completely and perfectly go to enlightenment. Now that we've discussed the perfection of wisdom, I'm going to practice it using two methods. The first method is going to be contemplation. Now, this fits under the heading of awareness and letting go, and it is known by many names, such as Zen, Shan, and Dhyana. Now, I call this practice Proto-Zen because the two most popular schools of Zen either practice no contemplation, or they practice contemplation that is profoundly cryptic and not at all related to what the Buddha taught. This is the middle path. We're using straightforward contemplations, formatted as rhetorical questions, based on the outline of practice attributed to Bodhidharma, the Indian largely responsible for the popularization of Mahamudra meditation in China. The purpose of these four contemplations is not to reveal a profound metaphysical truth, but to simply aid us in our practice of letting go. This first contemplation can help us to let go of our victim-oriented rage or self-pity. The power comes not from believing this or answering this, but merely reciting this silently and mentally in harmony with our inhalation and our exhalation and our relaxation. Reciting the first half during our inhalation and the second half during our exhalation. Let's take an enthusiastic breath and a relaxing exhalation. We now come to our second rhetorical question designed to help us let go of our controlling tendencies. Our third rhetorical question, designed to help us let go of our clinging tendencies. Our fourth rhetorical question, designed to train our empathy. Now we turn our attention to meditation. As we breathe in, we choose to watch the play of mind. Whether mind is perceiving sights, scents, sounds, flavors, or sensations, or whether mind is emoting, intending, reasoning, recalling, or imagining. And as we exhale, we choose to relax into the non-graspable nature of mind itself. That sounds like a tall order. How do we do that? As we breathe in, we elongate our spine that we might sit tall. We breathe from the diaphragm at the base of our rib cage. And as we do so, we can feel pressure. You can feel it pressing down deep within our lower abdomen, in a region that some Chinese teachers refer to as the lower dantian, and to which some Japanese teachers refer to as our hara. During our exhalation, we silently and mentally recite relaxing. Now, as you do this silently and mentally in harmony with your breathing, there will be times when you notice things. Sometimes what you notice will be in the background. Sometimes it'll be in the foreground. Our job isn't to shove it away. Our job is not to chase it. Our job is just to notice and release. Mental training. We can learn a lot of mental training from watching our dog or our cat. Sometimes they have the zoomies and they're running around. And when we feel rambunctious between our ears, that is not a flaw, that is a feature. And we can use that as an ideal time to play with these 4 rhetorical questions. However, rambunctiousness or zoomies do not last forever. And when the zoomies fade and we feel mellow, then we can return to our meditation. Just as a dog or a cat might finish their zoomies and then curl up and take a snooze. And so feel free, as you practice with me, to sometimes meditate and sometimes contemplate. Now you might ask, how do I know? That's a learning curve. The more mistakes you make, the more experience you'll receive. Don't be afraid to make mistakes or ask questions. If you've just joined me, when you have questions about meditation or Buddhist meditation or philosophy, simply type that question in great detail in the chat window on the right-hand side of the screen. Let's seal our practice with love and letting go. Known by many words, such as Mahayoga. Let's begin with universal liberation. May I, like the Buddha, master the Eightfold Path as well as liberate others. Kind ethics. May all beings practice of kind communication, conduct, and calmness, flow spontaneous and uncontrived. Auspicious rebirth. May each being take auspicious rebirth, master the Buddha's path, and then help all others do likewise. Let us now conclude with the 4 immeasurables. May everyone be free from stress, may everyone be happy, may no one be separated from thy happiness. May everyone have balance from the tyranny of hating, craving, and clinging freed. If you feel I have earned it, type something in the chat window, give this live stream a thumbs up, and share it on social media. In approximately 3 hours, I would love to lead this afternoon's meditation. May you and yours be happy and healthy. And if you are as geeky as me, this is the way.